With a dunce cap on.
There you go.
I know nothing.
Welcome,
Nobody.
one and all, to our little round table with the preparation discussion first, then going into
Got
some of
everybody.
the Native American herbalists. So, how is everybody doing today?
Okay.
We're good.
Just busy as always.
Oh, are we on?
We are on, yes.
Yes, we are live.
The squirrel is out collecting her nuts for a birthday party.
Yep. We're going to change the somberness of 9/11 and celebrate the birthday
Yes, we are.
of Yeshua. So happy birthday, Yeshua.
Yes, apparently I'm going to go put up a Christmas tree afterwards. I don't know. Okay.
And it
It's
was
a
my thought
surprise
that
birthday.
this
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He's 2024 years old. All right.
And it was my thought that December 25th was actually the date of conception,
That's what we talked about.
not his actual birthday. Yeah. All right. You want to take it away, Squirrely, on the preparation?
No, are we going to do
I can
Which
give
one
you.
do-
I can give you the H if you like.
Which one do you want to do first? The herb stuff or the prepping stuff?
I think the prepping probably would be
probably the prepping.
more beneficial right now.
All right. So now a lot of us who were awake earlier, like 2020s or maybe even earlier, knew to start prepping. So whatever I pull or we discuss, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel that you have to go and do all this at one time, just little by little. And we're just going to go one day at a time. We don't know what 10 days of darkness is. We don't know if it's internet just. We don't know if it's electricity. Nobody knows exactly what the 10 days of darkness actually is. Is that correct, guys?
Well, I thought that we had gone from 10 to 3.
Oh, I negotiated 3. I don't know about the other people.
Well, when you negotiated 3 and I asked the spirit whether or not it was 3 and I got a yes, so we'll go with 3.
Well, I think we have to remember that if they're supposed to use this time for their 8-hour blockchains of watching movies, we have to have power. So I think one of the most common things that they do in the stock market crashes is kill the electric. So no one has the ability to go and trade.
Okay.
Right.
But I don't get the feeling that it's going to be long term. If they kill the power, they would have to boost it back up immediately in some form or another so people can have their TVs on.
Well, I get that it's going to be like a changeover from what we're experiencing as electricity now or energy to free energy when it comes back up.
Okay.
So we were discussing this before, if it's going to all happen at one time, or is it all going to be in increments from the west to the mountain to the central to the eastern, all around the world, or are they gonna try to change to free energy all at one time?
And I got waves. But
yeah,
you might want to
in
pull
pockets.
on
Yeah, we can pull
Yeah.
on that.
Do we want to do that right now?
that. Do it all at one time right here in the Pacific Northwest and leave everybody else out.
Ooh, tell us how it feels. Yeah, you know what? We need pigs.
Pigs?
Guinea. Okay, just New Guinea.
Guinea pigs. Oh, okay. Guinea pigs.
Well,
okay.
we need to
Not pigs in space then. Okay. Got it.
pigs in space. Should I take this hat off, or am I going to have this on for the whole?
That's up to you.
Does it help you get downloads?
Yeah, really. It's
it
like
comes out as a funnel.
It comes. Yeah, there you go. Straight down
Actually,
into the crown.
Actually, what is that? They used to have that a long time ago. Something phone, where the cheerleaders used to scream through it so it can be louder.
Hey, yeah.
So
Okay.
Very loudly.
All right. So when the electric goes down, it's going to be sporadic. So individual spots. That way it's balanced out. And that they don't overload anything or crash everything at one time. It's interesting. They keep focusing right around the financial crash is when this is primed to happen.
Okay.
They are going to wait until everyone's so distracted. And we were told, as in the days of Noah, right? But this is a very strategic plan. They've got to time it just right. So I'm sure that they've thought this through. The base card's the Mr. T card, so he knows how they're going to do it.
Yeah. Well, last night our internet went out, and it didn't come till like after 1 a.m. So
Ours has been sporadic, and the electricity keeps going off and then coming back on. I quit setting clocks because what's the point?
It's always 12.
Yeah, well, it is twice a day, so okay, we'll be fine.
Well, that's a nice segue for prepping.
You are in Kentucky, by the way, so
the turkey. Yeah.
Kentucky.
Well, I mean, that's a nice segue to go into prepping. So
yes, it is.
If we are going to lose electricity, and hopefully soon, because us up in the higher north, our winters are brutal. So I was thinking, I mean, if we're going to have to find heating, what about our pipes freezing? The water pipes freezing. So it is a little brutal at that time. So if we're going to do it,
I sent King a love letter. He can put it. He's like, "What the crap is that?"
What's the crap? The crap.
I didn't know if it was you or Nadia that sent that.
It's me.
I mean, squirrel.
Geez, blame everything on me. Are we putting it up to see?
I don't know.
He's got to do that.
Okay. Well, let's do that then. If you want to zoom in.
Oh my God, look at the prep list. That's funny.
Now, this is not everything, but this will get you started, especially if it's during cold winter months. Let's hope that they're not that cruel.
Yeah. So let me get my glasses up so I can see it. So
you might have to dig a hole in the backyard, though.
Oh, okay. This is based on 3 days.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody is familiar with Temu, but Temu has a lot of prep stuff. They have even these portable toilets. So if you want to, instead of digging a hole, they do have a portable toilet that has a plastic bag, and you do your business or whatever. Maybe that's for a couple days, and then get rid of it when we do have electricity and water.
But
so
let it be known that Temu, it will take a while before you get the product because it comes from China.
Some do, and some have distribution centers here. I mean, I think us from Chicago, we probably have a distribution center. So some things do come quicker than others. But if you do plan it, do it right away. Like, we don't know if they're going to stop the importing, exporting business during this time also.
These are also things that are cheap, and you can go to your local dollar store.
Exactly. Yes.
And take advantage of the places like the dollar stores and places like Big Lots, Ollie's Outlet, those kind of things.
Big Lots are going out of business. So if you do it, there's a percentage off right now. They're all closing down. Also, I was thinking of thrift stores. Yeah. Let me show you. I did pull some things out. Not this picture, Frank, but I did pull some stuff out. I mean, if you're a big coffee fan and you have no electricity, you have a French press, you can find these at the thrift stores. Mm-hmm. Or they have these kind of funnels that you put your coffee in the filter and you just pour hot water on it.
Yep.
So, I mean, these are not expensive. So that's something you might want to invest in, or even tea, anything that can hold water, hot water. My favorite, Vaseline. Is that on your toiletry?
Let's see.
Oh, duct tape. You got my list there. Good. Black bags.
No, I don't see it.
Not on this one. I don't see it.
No.
Okay. So what is Vaseline good for? Vaseline is good for if you need to light a fire, you can put Vaseline on a cotton ball or whatever. If you
Yep.
want to purchase a flint stick, I mean these come handy around a lot of things. I was thinking about it, not for you got matches, candles, flashlights. If you have solar flashlights, you got most of those are pretty good.
Yep.
Extra
A
Glow
cool.
hand
sticks.
crank radio, but and those are fairly cheap.
Yeah. So let me say this, and I'm not weird. We don't get any money from it. It's not part of our service, but Patriot, for Patriot. I'm
For
trying to-
Patriots.
yeah, for Patriots, they do have a lot of material that you might want if you're interested. You just call them. They have solar powered generators, and I'm gonna tell you which one's like better. Jen, you've tried these solar powers, and they work pretty well for a short
Yes.
time.
Yep.
And you can even continue attaching the wire to the solar panels. It can still work.
Hmm.
So you don't have to unplug it. What For Patriot they have a battery backup. So solar, you can generate the battery backup, keep that stored. So if it gives you 8 hours, you have another backup to continue to charge it while you're charging your solar.
Depends on which one you have. The one that's here is 1800 watt, and you can do a freezer, refrigerator on a 19-hour rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is something that's quiet. It doesn't make noise, doesn't cost fossil fuels, and you can leave it in your house. So it's not attracting attention.
Exactly.
And the cord on it's 25 feet. So if you need to put that panel outside on the porch or on the roof or something like that, you've got pretty good distance. So
I'm trying to check how many watts is this new one that they have, and why we prefer the solar over the electric the gas generator is it's loud. I mean, if someone's looking for food or something, you're going to hear a generator. You're going to know there's
it's
something.
loud, but unless you've got fuel stored up, that's also expensive. Unless you've got it, the pumps may be down. We don't know what they're going to do. So solar is a better option.
Yeah, because even if your electric goes out, that gas station cannot pump gas.
Right.
So it's always great to go solar. Now, if it's 10 days of darkness and there's no sun, we're in trouble.
Well,
They take away the sun.
Take away the sun. So I'm trying to see how this new one, 2000.
2000 watt. It's an upgrade from the 1800.
Yeah, it's 2,200 watts, but it's also heavier. So you also have to put that in account. And if you order it, it usually comes with a mini generator too. So you could keep that plugged in on something small. And if nothing happens, it's always good to take away with you if you go out on events, picnicking, RVing. It's a good thing to carry with you.
Yep.
Along with that, they also have solar powered. Oh, I should have brought that out. Solar powered flashlights. Now the flashlight has multifunctions on it. It has it's solar, so you could charge it by the sun. You can open the back, and there's a charging station that you can charge your phone from it. It has
it comes with the phone charger. It's a solar box, and it'll charge the smaller things like your phone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But there's do you have the box, Jen? Do you have the box that came with it has a flashlight, it has a lantern, everything is solar batteries.
Does it come from Switzerland? Like a Swiss Army knife?
It's almost
no,
it.
It's got
this
all
is
these.
Markin. Okay.
Yeah, it comes with did it come with a crank radio? I think it did.
A crank radio.
Like you can crank it for energy so you can listen.
I'd have to look.
Yeah, it comes with 3 days of food or 3-month food kit, 3-month food kits. I mean, this is a package deal. You don't have to buy the package, but that one you just add water and go. The one when I bought it, it came with a solar water heater. Like it's a thermos, and you open it up, lay it in the sun, you got boiling water.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're looking for prepping, it comes with a lot. For Patriot comes with a lot. If you're looking for individual, go on Temu, go on Amazon. I compare the prices. You could little by little, and you don't worry about ruining your cost. Another thing is, we've been saying about prepping for a long time. So all of us who went out and grabbed all the food or whatever to store, it actually saved us. I thought about it, saved us in the long run when inflation happened and we still had that
Exactly.
food.
Yes.
So it's not going to go bad if nothing happens. You're
Right.
still going to use it.
If you want to challenge yourself, like especially for people who are on budgets, and we get that, there is what we call a 52-week prep challenge. Now you can adjust this for personal use based on what you like to eat. Don't buy what you're not going to eat.
Yeah.
But this next chart is every week. This is what you would concentrate on purchasing and putting away. Now you could rearrange it based on your budget. You can get more or less or eliminate it altogether. But these are the things that store for a really long time.
Yeah. Let me see if they have something on here.
Well, Sue would like to know why we are talking about this.
I think it's important that we talk about it because we just don't know what's going to happen. And there's a reason you call it preparedness, is because I'd rather be prepared and it not happen than it happen and we not be prepared. Yeah. So it's just to help out. Some people are not into prepping. They live in the city. They have no place to put it. They don't have access to things. So you don't have to go big and have a basement full of stuff. You just need to survive.
Yeah. 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 And you don't, if you're doing, what's that called? The fasting and stuff like that. If you guys can cut down on the more to you. But we're not doing this as a scare tactic. We're doing it as let's prepare more than what they did when they locked us down for COVID. You don't know if they're going to lock us down again. Exactly. You're not going to know if they're going to lock us down as martial law. Mm-hmm. So it's better to be prepared than to not be prepared.
Yeah. I know that a lot of people may not be thinking about prepping all of these items, but you might be in a neighborhood where you can barter.
Exactly.
If you have something. So here, I'm going to send this over to Dennis and he can put this up. These are some barter items that are high demand when things shut down. Mm-hmm. And some of them are quite obvious. Let me see if I can blow this up without it getting too blurry.
Alcohol, cigarettes, yeah.
These are major things that people would do anything for.
Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not. Oh, before I forget, anybody who's on medication, try to get a 3-month supply. Now, you can tell your doctor that you'll be out of town for 3 months. They are allowed to get an okay from the pharmacist, from the insurance company, to give you a 3-month account prescription.
That's true.
Because that way, if they shut down stores or pharmacists like they did before, mm-hmm. You're not going to run out. Don't wait for the last minute, guys. I mean, when I started, I would make sure Schneider had about 3 of those big bags at home. And if one ran out, I would fill that one and still keep 3. Just in case, because they were out of dog food also during the COVID because no trucks were going.
Exactly.
So I made sure he had food. Now it's dry food, and you can always make, I always look for reduced price meats at Aldi or whatever, and he can have home cooked meals. But if he has his staple food and then you put a little more extra on it, you could save it a long way.
Exactly.
So you consider your pets in this prepping.
Right. I have a policy because I have multiple things of each item in my house. Once I remove one and open it, I purchase another one. You replace it. And of course, rotation is very important.
Rotation is important. Exactly. Rotation is important. Also, you don't have to buy this, but I figured wherever I am, will come in handy in the future. And it was not expensive. This is a mini. It was not heavy. It's just because I was bent in a different way. It's a mini chainsaw.
Mm-hmm. I played with it. It's fun.
I don't have.
Oh Lord!
Did you play with this one or is the other one? I have actually two. I wanted to try to see. Here, let me try it. Yeah, Nadia doesn't know. Yeah. Woo. Watch out, world. Nadia's got equipment here.
Between that and the trash bags and duct tape, you know what she's been up to, right? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, these are little things, and I probably was in my past life a squirrel.
Yeah.
But I always I'm like, I might need that one day. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and purchase it. And that's how I went around. I'm not going crazy. I'm not running around saying the sky is falling, but it doesn't hurt to be prepared.
That's right. Now, some of these items that you consider bartering with, don't think, because a lot of the stuff, some of it's expensive. If you get into tobacco and alcohol, consider buying, as far as the alcohol, the individual airplane size bottles. You can do that instead of buying, because liquor's expensive. But
make sure you have rubbing alcohol, because you can start a fire with that also.
That's true. If it's tobacco, consider breaking it up and make your own dime bags is what I was going to say, but it's you do what you can, even with the babies not being here, I prep for them too, because, they're right down the road. If they need to come here, that's what they would do. So these are just some basic ideas. Of course, coffee is on there. I was going to throw a fit if it wasn't. I don't think I'll be bartering my coffee. That's not happening.
That goes into the pantry.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no bartering with that.
But let me look at the bartering from neighbors back in 2020. You got a roll of toilet paper?
By the way, there was rumor. I'm going to say rumor because our theories are usually. They're saying October 1st, the paper products may go on strike. Yeah. It could be they are going on strike, or it could be they're cleaning it up because they found out there are a lot of bleached chemicals in the paper products. So we don't know, but October 1st, if you want to
stock up on corn cobs,
that's fine. The funny thing is, I walked around where I have all my stocking stuff, and not my stockings, but my stocking stuff.
You should her stockings.
But this is my everyday. This is normal for us here. We're always have backup paper, toilet paper, paper towels, tissue. We always have backup. Our rice for our family staple is we always have a 25-pound bag of rice. This is normal for our family. Beans, even if it's no days of darkness, that is our normal home.
Yeah. So, and like I said before, buy what you're going to eat. Don't buy it just because it's shelf stable. If you're not going to eat it, what good's it going to be? But you can start out very, very small and cheap. Now, you're going to base this next list on how many people are in your family. Okay, but this is another 52-week challenge. Now, if you can do more and knock off 2 or 3 weeks at a time, go for it. But these are some of the things that are go-to. You can leave them on your shelf. Now, as far as dry goods like flour and things, you want to make sure that you want them sealed. Yeah. So if you don't have Mylar bags, if you 5-gallon bucket with a sealable lid, because you'll get those weevil bugs and they'll get in and ruin your flour, or throw it in the freezer.
I've heard that also if you put bay leaves in it, it gets rid of those So anything, rice, pasta, anything that you want to put in a container, put bay leaves in there, and it will get rid of those bugs.
Or as soon as you bring it home from the store, if you throw it in your freezer for 6 hours and then take it out, it kills anything that was living in there before. So those are just some ideas. But these are lists. And we ran into the other day, I went to the store and I was looking to get sugar. I wasn't out of sugar, but it's something that I constantly rotate. And they were completely out. They had no sugar in the store at all. So I'm like, what's happening? But then, like Gabby looked at me and she goes, well, what are we going to do? And I said, well, first of all, we still have sugar of all different forms. And I have plenty of honey in the house. Honey never expires.
Exactly.
Right.
So, if you need a sweetener, that's a go-to.
Yes. And I'm just looking at there's a lot of beautiful ideas here on the live chat. But yeah, I always have extra propane because if you have an electric stove and there's no electric, hopefully you'll have a barbecue grill that has a little burner on the side, hopefully. I mean, that's one of the things I planned when I had my house. Make sure you have a barbecue grill with a little stove next to it. Or they have these little ones now for campers that you put a little canister and that's a stove. I mean,
we have those as well. We've got different forms. And of course, if the heat goes out, we have the pellet stove that we just buy the pellets for that, stock up for the winter. And a 40-pound bag will run if it's running on high constantly, it'll run for more than 24 hours.
Yeah. The two more things is stock up on baking soda and vinegar because it's multi-use. There's so many uses for it. So, and it's not expensive. I would stock up on it. I mean, I used it actually. I'm sorry.
What type of vinegar?
A white vinegar, white distilled vinegar. I mean, if you want apple cider for maybe your herbs that you have, but white vinegar, I just unplugged a couple sinks with vinegar and baking soda. So it has multi-uses, cleaning product. You don't have to go out and look for those chemicals then. So it does work. Another thing, not for scaring, but if you get to know your neighbors, who, if they need help, we help. That's what we're here for, humanity. But also if you have a family and you guys are talking, make sure if they're close to highways or close to cities, find a place that is farther away and make that the center point. So if somebody who lives close to the highway or an access from the city, because a lot of people from the city are not prepared. So if they come and they're closer to one of the family members or friends, make your place a central zone. Make sure they can come over and spend time with you until everything clears up. We're not hoping this is a long term, but I mean, you always have to have a backup plan just in case. So going on to a backup plan, maybe we should talk about a bug out bag if you need. I don't think we'll get that far, but I can say I have a bug out bag that is always ready to go. I told my son, if something happens, there's 2 bags, take one and meet us somewhere, go to a center place.
That's a worst case scenario.
Yeah. I know, but you always need to make sure you have an ID there. You have, any extra money in there. Just in case, I really feel I'm staying put here. I know that's where my number one goal, because even if you get nervous and you bug out, you're not going to be used to an environment that you were not used to. So number one scenario, you stay here where you're at. Number 2 scenario, if everything crashes, you go take your bug out bag, go meet at a location where other people will meet you that you know.
And if you're a true long-term prepper and you are capable of breaking your supplies up into multiple locations, that's a good idea, because keeping all your eggs in one basket. Now, this is my opinion. What I'm about to say is a very heated subject with many. My number one thing is guns and ammo. because if we don't have a way to protect it, someone will come take it from you. So be prepared to defend what you have prepped. Because, one of the good points, Lee and I were talking about this last night. He asked about what we were talking about on the show, and he said, let me tell you something. He said, you take a father or a mother and their children are starving, you don't think that they won't kill to feed their family?
Yeah.
People get desperate and do desperate things. So protection is everything.
Make sure you know your neighbors, because you have to know who they are. If they're, someone you have to be protected from as well. We are humanitarians, but we also have to be realistic. There are people that are so 3D that they have no clue what's going on. And they have no clue that they should have prepared. So they will come and raid any houses if they see a light on. So if you have a room that's darkened, that has no windows or whatever, that's where you put all your stuff. And
if you think about what it was like during when they're burning down cities, but whether they're paid to or not, think about when they absolutely have to do it because of desperation. Do you think that was bad? Wait till they have to do it to survive. I don't think that we're going to get to that point. I don't think we're on that timeline. No. Are people capable of doing it? Yes.
And that's why I called myself squirrely, because it's better to be safe than to be sorry. All of us are connected to spirit. So I think what we will see is a lot less uglier than what other people will see. But yet you also always have to be prepared for whatever. God provides for us, but he also wants us to provide for ourselves.
Yeah. Yep. Good point, Roman. Put out that light. Don't make yourself obvious. Do you ever yell at the TV or during a movie and they start turning on the light and we're like, what are you doing? Yeah. Because you're just giving your location away. Yeah, exactly.
That's why I said you need to be make sure there's a room that has no lights. I mean, if that's the room, if it gets ugly and you hear, oh, they're going through neighborhoods, find a room that has no windows or don't have the light on.
Or you can be crazy like Lee and I. We're armed, but we have NVGs on. So
what's NVGs?
Night vision goggles. I can see you, but you can't see me.
As she hunts Lee around the house at night.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Jojo, my fear is my koi will be someone's sushi. Oh my God, I just gave my fishes away. I showed people last night about my goldfish. So now you got me worried, Jojo.
Wow.
Well, yeah, instant coffee is good to have if you're used to it. If you're not, you can heat it up. A lot of instant things. I mean, even if you can buy the instant oatmeal or the instant grits or whatever. I mean, anything that you could put hot water and make. Even ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles are dirt cheap. That's the college kid's survival kit right there.
Ramen noodles.
It's not good for you long term. Just like military, the meals ready to eat, the MREs, they're great if you have them. They're not meant to eat constantly because they're not good for you. They're high in sodium. And if you've got a bad ticker and blood pressure issues, let's not eat those all the time. But they're high in calories. They're meant to keep our troops up and running and energized. So no ramen for Roman. Okay.
And then also, just in case, if you put a bag of ice cubes in a plastic Ziploc bag and you put in your freezer, it's a good indicator of if your freezer melted, if the electric, your food went to spoilage. So if those ice cubes melt, you got to make sure you keep up on that.
Well, another way, if you make your ice in trays, take a quarter and lay it on top of a solid ice cube. And if you're leaving and it comes back and the quarter has fallen to the bottom and refrozen, then somewhere it is thawed out and refrozen while you were gone, throw it out.
Not the quarter.
No, keep the quarter. That's good.
Don't throw the quarter out. Shoot, it just left my mind. There was something I was going to say.
Terry,
about-
good point. Dehydrators, freeze dryers are great. Freeze dryers are expensive, very expensive. But just a basic dehydrator, you can even dehydrate things in your oven over a slow
Yeah,
period
you
of
can
time.
like jerky and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to think about canning stuff too for the
Yes.
ladies that do the canning.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I mean, we've talked about everything going back to the 70s. What if we have to go back to the 70s and start canning and having fresh fruits and vegetables?
You mean go back? They'll do it.
That's the Gen X who
You're
never
supposed to
refused.
walk away from the past, Jen.
Something tells me everybody's going to end up at Jen's house, right? Okay.
There you go.
You know what she got? Remember the gun part, okay?
Or the night vision. Night vision.
Yeah, the night vision goggles too. Yeah.
I just can imagine Jen, the yard being full of holes that were dug out and pooped on. We're gonna have piles of poop. We're gonna have fertilized grass.
I'm married to a Marine, so what does that tell you?
Okay,
It
speaking
tells
of,
me
okay,
he's
so
marked his territory
we
already.
mentioned to save water, to drink water, get bottled water. But say you're washing something and you have dirty water, save the dirty water. You might need to flush something down or use it for other things. So save dirty water. Now, if you live in the basement, we talked about this before, don't flush toilets because there's no pump to take it up and out.
Yeah.
So if it's the old Minnesota saying is, if it's yellow, stay mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. So that's when your dirty water to flush it down. Because there is no sewers. We don't know if the electric and the sewer plants or whatever is going to move it, or your sump pump or whatever. So I know in the basement, if people live in the basement, they have an ejector pump.
Mhm.
And the ejector pump won't work unless you have a battery-backed sump pump, which some places do. Some houses do have battery pack. I mean, I still want to overemphasize, guys, we're not doing this for fear. We're just doing this to enlighten any ideas you may have.
Yeah.
To be prepared. That's all. Oh yes, it's called gray water. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you can't stock your home full of water, if you have access to any kind of water, get a water straw that purifies. Most of them, like we've got quite a few of them, and each one will do 100,000 gallons. So you can filter, even if you can find a water source. That could be a pool, a pond. It could be a mud hole in the driveway. You can filter water through those straws.
Yeah. And
Do they have to be paper?
The straw?
No, these are
Yeah.
not paper. No.
So they're plastic.
Okay. I got to the point where, and this is funny and also strange, but I looked for all-purpose cotton natural tampons, and you can also use that as a water filter.
Mm-hmm.
So if
They plug bullet holes really well too. Just saying.
all right, I'll have to bring some with me. Yes.
Make sure we bring some when we go over to Jen's.
Exactly. You're gonna need them.
I got the tampons.
Did somebody order Swiss cheese? Yeah, they are good for first aid supplies as well. But filtration, coffee filters. Even if you don't drink coffee, buy coffee filters at the dollar store because you can filter a lot of things through those as well.
Exactly. So I mean, you can. They also have even if you need what are they called? Either steri strips or what are they called? Butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in a hurry, you got a gash, you can close it up with a butterfly instead of going for stitches right away. So just I love walking down the place, the dollar store, and looking and seeing what ideas you have. A can opener. Invest in a good can opener. Put that in your bug out bag, or put that in your emergency storage section, because people don't think you need a good can opener.
Do you know when we cleaned out Michael's apartment, we taught all of our kids how to prep at a very young age. We got to bring all of his prep stuff. Man, that boy was stocked.
Nice.
And we brought it all home with us, and he had it organized and set to where, bug out bags and everything. So it was a good feeling knowing that we taught him well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I got my son to cook and pick up some stuff that he can do real fast, like pasta or something like that. Pasta's not hard. Boil water, put the pasta in,
Yep.
So, yeah. Are we good? Did we miss
I
anything?
think we're good. I think we can kind of segue in a way.
Okay. I have a question on Pharaoh butthole in the driveway. What is that?
Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't going to start it,
No, don't start it. But I was
But since you brought it up, you want to answer that?
I don't even know what that means.
Good point,
have no
Jojo. Super glue for stitches. Yes, have super glue.
I mean, I love it. I love
Or
what you
Gorilla
guys have
Tape.
as ideas. They're. I'm glad that we're all sharing ideas that we have.
Some of the other things we ought to think about also, and not necessarily as a prepping thing, is to probably start looking at holistic items, natural herbs for, cures or medicinal areas, things like that. And I went on Amazon. And I'm sure you can probably get these over at some of the bookstores, but there is a Native American Herbalist Bible, and it is chock full of different herbs and their uses, and what you can use them for, or different herbs and what they're used for, as well as, and I don't know if I want to stress this too much, but you can do the what was it? The sweat lodge. Make your own sweat lodge.
Yep.
But you have to be very well versed in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could be dangerous. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade to King's version because I have this one, but it doesn't have the pictures. And if you're trying to identify certain plants, you need to know what they look like because some of them are very similar.
Yeah, I have pictures. Because I have to have pictures.
There you go. Yeah.
Whoops, there we go.
Yeah. Well, it should be colored though.
Well, and they they make books that have pictures in them that are native to your area, no matter where you live. So, like the Appalachians have one. If you live in the Northwest with King, they have one. There's all kinds of. They just break it up, and even countries. Because I'm sure that Australia and all the other places, they have things we don't have. So.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even mushrooms, like even if you want to live off the land, you got to make sure which berries are good, which mushrooms are good. So it's always good to get some. Also, if you go to your library, they do have locations that they can either give free books or you buy them for $0.25 or $1. And they have cookbooks. They have, a lot of camping books. There's a lot you can get without anybody knowing that we're getting prepared. We're preparing ourselves.
Yes.
So always look in those areas.
YouTube has got a lot of videos about homesteading and different types of things that you can do, especially if you're just starting out. They've got canning videos. But as far as herbal stuff, there's some basic things that you can have in your spice cabinet that will absolutely help you. And I have some of those in picture form here.
Cool.
Yes. All right, my question.
You can have your own pantry and have a separate room for all of your herbs.
Yes, absolutely. Your tinctures or whatever that these will these are some things and they tell you what they do, what they help with.
Yeah. Well,
Turmeric's supposed to be pretty powerful anti-inflammatory. Does it? I'm assuming it also helps. Turmeric also helps you lose some of that fat.
It does. With black pepper,
With
but
black
we
pepper.
have to emphasize that you use natural black pepper with it too.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Even if
What
you
about
get the peppercorns and grind them down.
Which I have. Beets are good. Yeah, I love beets.
Beets are fantastic, and beetroot is excellent for the heart.
Yes, and blood.
Yes.
So if you guys look at certain things of what it's, are you looking at my question?
I am.
Okay, so I have, that's a crazy thing incident, but we talked about blood. It's good for circulation. Sometimes if you see a vegetable or even a nut, if it matches, like walnut looks like a brain, it's good for the brain. So kidneys, like the ear or the kidney, pinto beans or beans for the kidneys or the ear. So there's so much of these that help every part of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Garlic is really good.
I avoid cilantro. It's nasty.
I
Tastes like
Yeah,
soap.
me too.
I am the weirdo, one of those weirdos. It tastes like soap to me.
You know, it's not weird, believe it or not. Like I was telling you, there was a video that I saw that actually it's a chromosome of the 17th chromosome, I think it was, that mutated to have people eat cilantro. It was actually to be away from it for some reason.
Were you about to say something about eating crow? What it
Chromosome?
sounded like. I
No,
know
no,
you said.
cilantro.
She's just saying,
Chromosomal.
she's just saying I'm a mutant. That's all she's saying.
Oh, okay.
You're
I
mutants.
got it.
Yeah.
Well, in this house, I think my dad and one of my sisters like it. The rest of us don't.
If you are dealing now, I also found some and broke these up by category. If you are dealing with pain, these next plants or spices can help you deal with pain.
Feverfew, yeah. Neem. Do they have neem in this country? Is there neem
I
here?
don't know.
All right. Because neem, if you cut a branch off, it helps clean your teeth better than toothpaste.
Mm.
So what happened in, like, for example, India, I know they have it in the Middle East, but in India, they used to brush their teeth with the neem branch. It's like the stick has to stick this way, and it is an antibacterial, antimicrobial, everything. And they said, no, don't do it this way. Use toothbrushes, plastic. So they tried to infiltrate and get rid of all of this natural stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Turmeric's easy to grow, actually. And ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cayenne pepper. Wow.
Cat's claw normally grows wild. A lot of these are herbs like rosemary. You don't need a whole lot of rosemary, and it really does help because it's very, very strong.
Oregano.
Cayenne, you can keep. No, thank you.
Which one? Cayenne?
Cayenne. I ain't doing it.
Not I, said the fly.
So no cilantro, no cayenne. Got it.
Nope. Ginger is multi-purpose. I mean, ginger, we know that it helps the stomach, but yeah, it looks like it also helps with pain.
And sinuses.
Yes. Now, how many of our family members out there have high blood pressure? Because
Two hands.
So they say.
all right. So these are some herbs that will help with blood pressure.
Let's see. Pepper is one of them. Ginkgo? Really? Ginkgo?
Is it spikenard or spikenard?
Also, I know it's expensive and it's not normal in this area, but passion fruit lowers blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Garlic for sure, because it's with the blood. But ginkgo biloba really got to me, because ginkgo biloba is also for Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Well, they try to get people to use that if you're struggling with, your memory loss and things, but apparently it helps with high blood pressure as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger's left the island. We can't find Rosemary.
Oh. I'll do one more, and these are herbs that can help with the diabetes.
Whoa.
Diabetes.
The diabetes.
Then we got to see if this is true or not. Skipper said you must not like pico de gallo.
I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Is that Pico de Mayo or is it Cinco de Mayo?
It's a sample in the
No, it's like a homemade sauce. No, thank you. Blah. Okay.
Well,
So
go ahead.
these are things that you can use. They're listed at the top. And when it says onion, specifically the red onion, this is what I bought Michael all the time. I got him hooked on red onions because they really did lower his diabetes sugar levels. Now, another beans, kidney beans are not listed on here, I don't believe, but they helped a lot too.
Yeah.
And just baby in general, yeah.
Even an onion, if you have like a cold or flu, you could either cut the onion and put it in the bedroom and it'll draw out all the virus, or they say to put it in your sock. Believe it or not, the bottom of your feet breathe at night, and it actually will make the onion turn black if you have a virus or a flu. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. One of the things that when people have high cholesterol or high blood pressure, all these medications do not interact and blend well with grapefruit. If you would just eat the grapefruit, you wouldn't. Like Lee used to be on statins, not anymore. Eat grapefruit. Don't mix the two. Like some blood pressure medicines you can't mix with grapefruit as well. Just eat a lot of grapefruit. I see Terry's putting a little testimony in there that it has helped her bring down her blood pressure.
Yeah.
It does amazing things.
Wow. Nice.
I think we need to start going into questions.
So I'm curious about how long do you have to be off of medicine before you start eating the grapefruit? Because it's still in your system. How long?
I minimum is 2 weeks is how long we did it when we started Lee on natural. We waited 2 weeks and then he started eating because you can flush if you're fasting, you can flush your system really well. I'd say 2 weeks, if not wait longer if you're not fasting. And I do think that we need to put a disclaimer in there to protect ourselves. We are not doctors. We cannot give you medical advice. These are just for entertainment purposes only, and you make your own decisions about anything we talk about today.
Well,
and we do like to entertain.
And as always, we always say use your discernment. If it resonates, go with it. If it doesn't. So we don't want to, well, you said this, well, it resonates with me. It doesn't have to resonate with you. So this is why we've been practicing for over a year on always saying, use your discernment.
I agree. Okay, let's go down. I hope I've got all the questions starred and didn't miss any. So we've got 54 questions.
Seriously?
I have. No, you don't.
You don't have any fingers.
And I have some in the coffee shop.
Oh, do you know? Why don't you go ahead and start with the coffee shop while I continue starring?
Okay. Sister Terry wants to know, was Mount Rushmore blasted from the mountainside as we've been told, or was it created by human hands and materials?
We just saw that. Was it created by what? Because it froze. I didn't hear it.
Like dynamite blasting.
Was it created by blowing off the side of the mountain, or did someone use their human hands and materials to mold the faces.
Okay. Okay. Strange. Is this material? Or is this?
I get carved by hand, but we shall see.
It's both.
Both. Yes.
It's both. It's split down the middle. So in order to get it started, they blasted off big chunks of it. And then the rest of it took a long time. This is a worker bee. So they worked over a long period of time to carve it into perfection, so to speak, if that makes sense. Yeah, this was a long, exhausting, painful process. And we know that he didn't complete everything that he wanted to.
Okay, so there was something, I think Terry sent it to us, that the material of Mount Rushmore was actually like very soft, like almost fake. I think from what I got from the video.
Like
So
limestone or something?
Like, no, limestone's very hard. It's something very
sandstone.
Stone, or I forgot the word that they said it was. But it's not what it appears to be.
So it's not like granite, like a really hard stone or anything like that.
They said they can actually use their fingers and break it apart.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, it can. Now, it looks like that the Mount Rushmore, where it's at in South Dakota right now, is not the original location that they had. Like, they attempted to do it in hard stone, but they couldn't do it. So they moved away from that idea. So I asked if it was a soft material. There's your Ace of Wands. Yes. Wheel of Fortune. It can crumble very easily. So, wow. No wonder they've got chips in the noses and everything else. They've had to go up there and repair and seal, do like weather seal and that kind of stuff.
Oh, they didn't get the COVID?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Next question.
Yes.
King of Wands wants to know, hello, Jen. Mary Jean said she was astral working with me. Is this true? If so, what connection do we have? Was it a past life? Thank you. And Mary Jean sent me an email and gave her permission for us to pull on this. So I do have Mary Jean's permission to do this. She may not be in here because she's avoiding a hurricane right now.
Oh, yeah, let's pray for her to be safe. Now, you sure it was King of Wands, not Pharaoh of Wands, or?
Same person. He's in disguise. He's still the redheaded stepchild.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Exactly. He's making trouble.
And by the way, before I forget, welcome Susan. I think she's new.
She's new.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I get a yes if they did.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very strongly. It seems like she can do this at will. Now, let's find out if you guys share a past life.
Ooh.
He's running from the law.
That way she took you?
No, Pharaoh said, I'm running from the law. I just hear him singing, breaking the law, breaking the law.
I fought the law.
I shot the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Susan, I do have your question starred, so no worries there. case you were wondering. I have 10 questions. Let's go ahead and pause them for now.
Wow, I wasn't even prepared for our show today, and we went almost an hour. That is
You
awesome.
did. I mean, you said you did not do any studying or anything,
No,
and yet you
actually,
took up more than half of the show.
Her
imagine if I,
talents are
You
amazing.
know, when she gets to talking, she just cannot stop.
it's a
Mhm.
gift. It's a gift. Come on, it's a gift.
Okay. So our Pharaoh of Wands, King of Wands, and Mary Jean, siblings in a past life that were separated. Yeah. So judgment happened. Someone called. They were separated when they were very young. Wow. This is a time of war.
And we are in a time of war, so
Wow. Deep State got one of you. I'm trying to figure out which one they got.
I'm getting Pharaoh.
Yep. He's the one that fought.
That's why he keeps changing his name.
Yeah. He's trying
In
to stay hidden. Yeah.
The man of 1,000 faces.
Okay, so Mary Jean, James, you were brother and sister because I did get male and female energy. Okay,
Nice.
all right.
Keep it up,
Was
children.
was that the last of your coffee
That is the
questions?
last of as of now in the coffee. So
Okay. Jules has the first of the starred questions.
Ooh.
Is the new repository in Idaho a safe place to move silver or avoid all repositories altogether?
I'm so glad.
And that is repositories.
Yes, I read it too fast and I'm like, what? I don't need to know about your repositories. Okay.
Yeah, and my suggestion is take it to the south.
Okay. Now, my personal opinion is I wouldn't move any of it anywhere. I'd keep it on hand because you might need it. We'll
You know,
see.
she has night vision, so you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're well armed.
She's got Fort Knox there.
Actually, Fort Knox is just a couple hours away, so
I heard it was empty though, so let's see.
not now.
Oh, okay, cool. It's a new repository.
I get it is safe there in Idaho.
Yep.
You not the hoe.
We talked about the hose.
It's guarded by Sasquatch.
Nice. I think off-worlders also.
It is safe.
That's what a Sasquatch is.
It is safe currently. Once the stock market crashes, it will no longer be safe. They will take it.
Now, is there? Okay, here we go. My Vippy. Is it connected that repository to, let's say, the Grand Canyon, or where?
You're talking about the Idaho.
Yeah, the Idaho one. Is there another place underground where they move it to once they're done with all those fires?
They have many, many, many.
Mm-hmm.
They're located all over the world.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
All underground.
All underground. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, it's going to be a hotspot target once the market crashes. So really, it's
Hang on to it.
Yeah, hold on to it because what they're telling you is not all the truth. Because if they need it, there's these things that they've signed in the government called executive orders that they have a right to confiscate anything you have if they need it.
Okay.
Eminent domain.
On that instance, if that were to happen, if you purchase silver and you purchase some collectibles, like say, for example, a Trump or I got a Nikola Tesla, you can claim that as a collectible and they cannot touch it.
Yep. Yep.
So just to
All
let you
right. Well, a warning on the next question. It's a little graphic.
Is that
Because
mine?
it comes from our Nadia.
Yeah.
Did Snooter go in our neighbor's front lawn?
I know it wasn't his, but I was very nice and I took care of it. But I want
She's
to make
always blaming the dog. I'm just saying.
notice the name.
Exactly.
Well, that's why he's quiet here. He's thinking he's busted.
I'm getting no.
It's not his. I knew it
No,
wasn't his.
Snooter is safe.
I know my boy, and when he does, he usually leaves a chicken or a ball there. So let me know.
No, he did not,
I
but
know.
he knows who did.
He knows.
Ooh.
Snooter's trustworthy, Queen of Wands, and that's your card, Nadia. You can trust him. He did not. He contemplated on doing it in the bushes,
Yes, yes, I seen him try.
but
it.
he's well aware of who did do it.
Who did the doo-doo?
I'm not pooping there. You poop there. Okay.
Who do the do?
Well, she said she saw it on camera, and I'm looking at it going, that's not his. I know my boy.
No.
But I was nice enough and said, okay. That was a funny question, though.
Susan.
Yes. A nice
Welcome,
picture.
welcome.
Cute little baby.
I have a question that I was hoping you could answer for me.
Sure.
My car started on a fire while I was driving, and I don't know how it started. I lost my power steering as well.
It's electrical, but let's see.
It was me, Mary Jones. She thinks it was mine.
Loose wire?
Okay, so it's a hidden wire. You're not going to be able to see this.
Yeah.
Check around your alternator. Okay. The reason I say that, the world card comes in here. Your alternator keeps power to your battery and
Right.
like your serpentine belt, which turns the motor and all that good stuff. It makes it turn over. So something got too hot and it killed and started electrical fire. So you might want to, that's a nasty job. It can be, I don't know what you type of car you drive, but you're going to be stuck for a little while, but you will get it fixed. So this is okay. It's not like it blew major damage to the engine or anything. You're just going to have to get some plugs and wires and look around the alternator and starter. Okay.
Can I ask?
You might have problems with the carburetor as well.
Can I Vippy off of that or piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
I guess.
It wasn't also something nefarious, was it? I know Sue. I saw pictures of the fire.
No, I'm not getting a nefarious.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
No, this is just electrical. There's nothing
Yeah.
nefarious there. This is all electrical, and there's your fire. And I know King said something about a carburetor. That depends. Unless you're fuel injected, it could be fuel injectors. So if
Yeah.
it's old school, it's probably
Old
carburetor.
school.
But
I'm old school.
oh, we are too. But yeah.
Let's go. Anissa. Any advice from me? I'm the only who's awakened. And when I talk about the dark days, but nobody wants to listen. So do we have any advice?
Well, that's why you come here, like-minded community and collective. That way you can share and vent and get it out of your system. As far as family and friends go, if they're not there, that's a lot of energy it's hard to be around sometimes because you're kind of busting at the seams.
Mhm.
Be patient with them. You can do little drip drops here and there if you want to try to awaken them. Just don't dump it all on them at one time because they're going to think you're crazy. But
Yeah, I'm getting tears are already separated from the wheat.
Well,
Yeah.
the only thing I can suggest, because when we all gotten awakened, we wanted to share it and we sounded crazy. However, you planted your seed.
yeah,
All you could say is you may find something odd on the news or whatever. And when you want, you can ask me. But other than that, you planted the seed, just walk away from it.
Yep.
right.
I cannot ask a question. I cannot type a question. So can I ask a question?
Is there a limit on VIPs?
Well, this is
so?
probably going to be the only one. I am blocked. I cannot send any messages on the live chat.
My
Really?
chat is stopped.
Mine is still going.
I cannot, every time I try to
think-
send something on the live chat, I'm blocked. It says, this comment has failed to post to King of Cups. So is anything blocked?
Oh, well, if you're going to try and send
He
something
blocked
to
us.
me,
I know, that's why I still
it's
have.
got to be really, really good.
I even signed out and went back in, and it won't let me type.
That's because you mentioned Vippy.
Oh, is that what it was?
It's a dirty word now.
That's a dirty word. So
That's what Yeshua wanted for his birthday. No more Vippy cards.
Well,
Okay.
I got Vaseline, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's so weird. I cannot add anything. Let me add a emoji and see if it
Yeah,
works.
okay, go ahead and add your little Vippy.
Hey, no, it will not go. It was not allowing me to go
You
through.
can speak.
Speak my.
Speak. We'll give you a treat. Speak.
No. I was just writing comment to Mary Jones and I couldn't go through it. So it's really funny. Yeah, a lot of
Do
us
you have a Vippy or don't you have a Vippy?
Well, am I being blocked by you guys? You, King.
You
Y'all?
can speak, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just wondering why I'm blocked in the chat and I'm getting other messages that they're being blocked too. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah, mine's
that's your
totally
Vippy.
dead in the water.
Yeah. And as a baby says she can't type, I'm getting all these messages. Jojo can't.
I can't either.
A lot of us are blocked.
Well, let me see if I can type.
So let me use my voice
Okay.
and let's do a prayer. And if anything is blocking us, we're removing it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so guys all in agreement. Our Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, and our birthday boy, Yeshua. We ask that you remove any blockages that are preventing us from communicating with this beautiful live chat family. Any obstacles that are preventing us from sharing views, sharing joy, sharing laughter, please remove in your precious name. So be it, and so it is.
So it is.
It is. Yeah,
Because
I couldn't either.
I'm just getting like message after message that everybody's being blocked.
Yeah, I get error, try again.
Well, can you still see the card questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that special?
Oh, precious.
I'm not going to use my voice on everybody else's emails.
Lexi, what does Meadow Sweet help with in particular?
Meadow Sweet.
Meadow Sweet.
Interesting. I don't think I know that.
I'm going to see if I can find it in this.
And it says resource has been blocked. That's what it's written on other.
Resource has been blocked?
But that's what it says. Resource has been blocked. That's what Terry said. So you guys may have to be the ones to block anybody who may be coming in that we can't block them. Chicky, I did get your email, so I will talk to you about that later. Yeah.
Colds, bronchitis, so respiratory, or if your stomach's upset. Looks like it's got a lot of different things: upset stomach, heartburn. If you got ulcers, or if you've got joint disorders, including gout. It looks like it tastes like crap, but helps a lot.
Seems like anything that does work really well with you, it tastes like crap.
Yeah. It increases kidney function to help kill germs in the urine with bladder infections as well. So it looks like it's multi-purpose use. I suggest using it, grinding it, using it as a tea, and then just add your own like honey or something to sweeten it up a little bit.
Oh, I just remembered. Do you know if you have a fever and you don't have anything to reduce the fever, if you have orange leaves, boil that as a tea, that will bring it down drastically. It works very well.
Or if you've got a weeping willow tree, if you have a willow tree, willow bark is aspirin. So if you boil it into a tea, that will reduce fever.
Or if you have any scrapes or small cuts or something, you can get something like aloe is my go-to.
Aloe is an amazing plant for many things. Great for burns.
Yep.
We know that.
Exactly. You have what?
I have an aloe tree
Yeah.
right in front of me, and you can eat it. You can open it up and eat it. It's very medicinal.
Yeah, even in some of the Vietnamese stores, they have aloe drinks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Works really good on the insides. Tastes good too. All right, Marcy. Or are we pulling? Are we pulling?
No, I was
No, we're
reading
not.
in this apothecary book.
All right. Will I be able to wait on the frequency beds for my neck? It's still giving me issues.
Oh no.
Yes.
You will. You're still gonna have to do a few things until the med beds come. Fear of the unknown tells me that the stress level is making the neck worse. Being in pain will make it worse in general. It's just like a vicious cycle. Do what you can to stand against it, work against it with natural remedy, get Nadia to help you. But you will successfully go into med beds to cure it. So you just have to do work on some smaller things in the meantime, because we can't have you miserable.
Yeah, Marcy, you have my messenger phone number. Oh.
Jojo was wondering that myself. Why did I star that? I have no idea. It must have jumped on me.
All
I got
right.
a yes on that one, King.
Wait a minute.
Let me see if I can get back on this thing.
Did I? If I missed any, I don't know. Can we type back in?
I'm trying right now.
All right,
It
because
started
I think
moving. Yay, we got it. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Yeshua.
I may have missed a couple that got deleted. So, where did that go? Well, that's interesting.
Okay,
My
guys.
whole starred thing it just suddenly disappeared.
It reset. So one of the questions that you had up there was, why isn't anyone mentioning that the laughing, cackling hyena is not eligible to be the president? Because you're watching a movie.
Movie.
Yeah.
But who did you guys watch the debate? Because I did not.
Yes.
No.
And eventually I turned it off and I'm like, they're bullying him. They're backing him into it. They're picking on him as usual. He got triggered and I'm like, okay.
He got
I'm
triggered
done.
because what my son said, he was watching part of it. And he said that if he were to base the election on that debate, and him and others, Kamala would have won because the way she held her composure and he did not.
She was, she mastered manipulation last night. I mean, she was a master of a cunning.
Well, she's a politician.
Yeah. And she absolutely, that cackling laugh and pulling on the heartstrings of Americans and using their children. I want to help you have more money for your children, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm awake, so I see right through it. But I can see if someone has not made up their mind how they would pick her.
Well, yeah, I had him use it as a young a voter, you know.
She came in with a very soft, I just want peace. Let's move forward, not focus on the past. And so she was trying to play a Yeshua role in my eyes. And I'm like, well, a lot of people would probably like that.
Okay, then there was another question of which Trump was this one, because his hair wasn't even orange. It was a different color. So could it be another actor that played his role?
I don't think they're letting actors do the debates.
Could we check it?
Yep.
Thank you. Because he did look different. He didn't have his normal makeup or whatever, but he did look very different.
Yes, they can. In fact, come to think about it, they did that with the first Trump Biden debate back in 2020, because Biden was an actor then.
Yeah, they used an actor. We were highly disappointed because that's not how Trump doesn't get triggered like that. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that was an actor.
just out of let's take a wild guess. Was that Alec Baldwin?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Somebody that's paying off his judgment.
Yes.
Rust.
SNL. We got SNL directors here now. Guys, you know, you're over at low vibing, but you know what? If you look at it and you laugh at it and you know it's a movie, you know, don't let it trigger you, because it does bring the frequency down. And we're trying to have a trajectory of everything going well. We're manifesting a better outcome. So,
yeah.
If you all have had questions in here that we didn't get to that suddenly disappeared, you can and just type them back in. So baby wants to know why her thumb is numb.
Sucking on her thumb too much.
Sucking on her. Which thumb? Both? Did you text with your thumbs? Because
Nerve.
I'm a pecker. But
I'm not even going to go there.
That's what
I call it. Sausage fingers.
Backing away from that one.
I set that up for you, King. Come on.
Yes, you did.
Baby, I'm getting a feeling in my elbow. Do you have a pinched nerve in your elbow? Curious to know if your arm's bothering you.
Well, let's see.
I keep coming up with like and it's not really, but like a sliver or something. There's something underneath the skin in the thumb.
Oh, wow.
Upper arm on that side, yes. Because I kept getting the feeling it's like right here that something's pinched.
It's like that's too high for a tendonitis. So, like a tennis elbow, they call it a tennis elbow.
Yeah.
Down here, basically.
Yeah.
So, Jen, check if there's a pinch here. Check that. Because that's carrying guilt. That's a male side. And yes, Skipper, we're talking about pinch. Yes. Stop.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There is.
relax the shoulder. There's you're worrying. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Relax it. It's not for you to carry that guilt. You know, things happen. It's their journeys. It's not yours. So try to slough that off. Also, do some stretches. Push your head this way. Push your head this way. Up, down. It'll loosen up some of that.
We can come over and do it for you.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. One time only.
45-degree angle and 66 pounds of pressure. Just saying.
You can also, if you want your husband to do it, lift up the head.
And she's like, mm-mm.
Put your, your thumbs in the back and lift it up. Hold it for 30 seconds, a minute, and then let it go.
And shake it all about.
Come wring my neck.
Roman, you were rear-ended last year and truck totaled. Why did that happen? Disabled budget means a long time before I have another. So why did he get rear-ended last year?
Well, you agreed to get rear-ended. That's your soul contract. But what are you learning from it? I'm going to pull cards, but what has it taught you?
Yeah. It was a warning.
Some type of lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge lesson. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to, this is interesting. You have 3 pages. All right. So these are all, you haven't learned enough because pages are just starting the learning process. Okay. Pentacles, you're trying to learn how to reserve money. Now they're making you have gratitude for when you did have it. Okay. Swords are about knowledge and being able to learn new things. Now you are limited of where you can go and what you can do. Page of Wands, this is new beginnings, optimism, and starting a new beginning, new journey. And now you are limited and can't get out. This is to teach gratitude. Okay.
Yes.
This is causing a lot of inner demons to come out of feeling stuck and you're fighting with yourself. This is to keep you grounded because I don't know if you were kind of flighty before, just living free willy-nilly and didn't have a care in the world. In some ways, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you weren't grounded to anything, they do this to teach you patience.
Yeah, I get, he was so far off on his soul agreement, soul contract. So now you do the inner work while you're in your own space.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talked about it the last time, the forgiveness, and you have to let go of that trauma. A lot of times I know it's hard. Especially if you're in a state that you are, it's hard to say there's a silver lining to what happened to you. But
Mm-hmm.
when you work on your inner self, you may be able to get more of the motion or get more of gifts to help you move once you learn those lessons. You're at the page level.
So Wing said you need to pull 3 more because I was done and I had pulled the bottom card with the temperance.
Yeah.
He said pulled 3 more and I flipped it back over. The same 3 pages are now kings. So you are to learn from being a little page. This is to help you grow.
Yeah.
Because it's the exact same kings. It's the sword, the pentacle, and the wand. So you're going to go from that immature, like childlike attitude, so to speak. And I'm not picking on you. It's just that's what Spirit's saying. You're supposed to grow from this.
Yes, and denial. I mean, what if you still carry resentment? That's
Yeah.
something you have to let go. What if you're still carrying maliciousness that somebody caused you to get that accident? So those are the things that you have to let go. And we always say it's not. It wasn't done to you. It was done for you. And I know
Yeah.
it sounds nasty and vicious for us to say because we don't know what exactly happened to you,
Right.
but it's a spiritual looking within yourself. There's nothing that can distract you. You can't get up and run. You can't, it's to make you grow within yourself.
Everything that happens to us makes us stronger, one way or another.
And
That's pretty much it.
Jen, were we going to mention about maybe a possibility of the next roundtable? What we were mentioning about how we got to where we got to?
Yeah. Well, King and I are both working out schedules for next week because I have some days I don't have anything set in stone yet. I have some days where I have to take care of some personal things. I'm finalizing Michael's legal stuff
Hmm.
and I have to go do that and have sit down meetings with people. Um,
So yeah, we may need to postpone the testimonial roundtable then,
yeah.
if we have to.
I
Yeah,
might
'cause I'm not sure about dates. I'm waiting on
Yeah,
appointment times right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I may be able to do Wednesday the 18th, but after that, I won't be able to do the 20th at all.
Okay.
So if you want to do whatever on that, but we were talking, you and I were mentioning, I mean, when we try to tell you guys things, it's because we went through a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
And so we were planning on doing a testimonial of how we got here, how we went through all of the traumas, and because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. In
Yeah.
fact, what killed Jen came back with a vengeance.
And tried to kill me again and then again and keeps coming back. So,
So when we do talk the walk or walk the talk. So when we tell you, you really have to and work within and do these lessons and all of this stuff, it's because we had to do it ourselves.
it's to give you encouragement, not to discourage you.
No, not to discourage you at all. But if we have an open window, Jen tells you this is the things you're learning. Don't take it as something bad. Take it as okay. This is where I'll start. What's it say?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I am.
not
Terry.
we're not slapping you around. We could if you want slapped around, but okay.
And as many of you guys may know, I'm very good at triggering. And that's one of the things that if I trigger you, it's something that you have to work within yourself.
You
So
go with your strengths, honey. You go with your strengths. There you
guys,
go.
I do not charge
You're
for it.
very bossy.
Does it all for free.
I don't charge the triggering. That's on the house.
That's right.
No.
That's extra.
All right. Well, I think that is it. I
Yep.
don't see any other questions coming in. I can check the coffee page one last time.
Y'all go out and buy your rice and
call it.
beans.
Yeah, I hope this was informative, and I'm very
Save
happy
some for Mongo.
Save some for Mongo. I'm very happy that you guys also gave some ideas on the live chat. I did
Yeah.
see the terracotta pots. I saw that Crisco. So
Mhm.
those are really all good ideas.
Yep.
Yeah. All righty then. Well, let's see. I don't have a show tomorrow, so the next is Roundtable on Friday.
I have a show tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
doing we're going to
What-
deep dive into the unicorn realm.
Oh, unicorns and green clovers.
Bring your lucky charms.
They're magically delicious.
Anybody
they're not
dealing with
that fun
hurricane
off.
stuff, we pray for anyone that's dealing with weather, whether it's hurricanes, forest fires, you name it, it's all going on. All these crazy shootings that are happening. Stay focused. There's lots of smoke screen stuff out there right now. And
What time is your show tomorrow?
6:30.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I want to see that. Now, say, for example, I don't feel I had a unicorn, but I think I had a Pegasus. So would that also?
It's still in the same, yeah, because there's a Pegasus in this deck. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go through them and I'll show you how the deck works.
Cool. Alrighty then.
All right, we
So
good to go.
until Friday. Love
Yep.
and light to all.
Because I got to go collect nuts. I think we're having an early winter.
I think you've been touching way too many
All right.
nuts already.
She's got to decorate Yeshua's cake. Okay.
No, I got to go collect nuts. It's going to be.
Take
Right.
Snooter with you. And make sure you're on the
Don't pull
neighbor's
from the
front
bushes,
lawn.
just saying.
I'm going to start.
All
telling
right.
There's a camera at this house. There's a camera at this house. No, it was impossible because it was 7:00. I took him. We went. He went, and then I get this doorbell that says he did it again. I'm like, no way, that's not his. But I'm glad you guys confirmed it. I will send her the videotape.
Well, looks like Snooter knows who did it, and he's no snitch. So okay.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
stitches.
I don't rat on anybody.
You're going to start a fight around here.
All right, guys. So love and light.
All right. Yep.
Yep.
Enjoy the day. Keep your frequencies up, guys.
Yep.
No fear. We got this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bye. Love ya.
Bye. Love you. Love you.